introduce the keynote speaker, Ms. Lisa Runyon. She is an English teacher at Wheaton High School and teaches 9th and 11th graders. Ms. Runyon attended Frostburg University, where she received her bachelor degree, and at the University of Maryland College Park for her English credit. She now attends Johns Hopkins University for her master's degree, where she has a 4.0 GPA. She has been working at Wheaton for 6 years and is a leader of the drama club who has put on plays such as Grease, Our Town, and Whose Line Is It? She is a wonderful teacher whom I will never forget. Once again, join me in welcoming Miss Lisa Runyon.
I'd like to welcome all the guests, family, and friends who have gathered here today to honor Wheaton High School's 2003 graduating class. Seniors, you're very close to holding that diploma and being an official high school graduate, but you're not there yet. I have one more assignment for you, one last warm-up question. It's okay. For those of you who don't know, I start every class period with a warm-up. It's a question I put forth to the students at the start of class to literally get their brains warmed up. Invariably, I hear two things from the students about these questions. The first thing they say is, "Where do you get these questions?" And secondly, they remark, "Why do you make us answer such hard questions?" You see, the warm-up question usually asks the students to take a value or a moral stance on some issue. So it forces them to really think. And sometimes they don't want to have to do that. But if you had class at 7:25 in the morning, it might be a little hard for you to think of a serious moral issue too. So, to the soon-to-be graduates, I have one more question that I need you to answer. What are you going to let get in your way? Now, this is my point. You can do anything. Nothing can get in your way. Now, that's important, and I want to make sure you heard it, so I'm going to say that again. You can do anything. Nothing can get in your way. Not failing, not your finances, not your environment, not your family, not your genetic code, not even your lack of ability can get in your way if you really want something. You can't allow what seems like a failure to get in your way. There was once a high school sophomore who tried out but was cut from the varsity basketball team. This sophomore used his failure to motivate him even more. He practiced daily, hour after hour, to improve his game. He could have let not making the varsity basketball team on his first try stop him, but he didn't let anything get in his way. He practiced hard, day after day, and went on to win, among numerous awards, the College Player of the Year, NBA Rookie of the Year, and he won multiple MVP awards. Who was this sophomore? Michael Jordan. When he was in the 10th grade and he didn't make the team, he didn't give up. He tried harder. If you don't get something you want on the first try, try harder. But don't let that failure get in your way. You cannot allow lack of finances to get in your way. That's right. Another young man moved around constantly with his mother in his youth. They moved from Kansas City to Detroit. They stayed with family. They stayed wherever they could. And finally, they landed in the east side of Detroit. After high school, he worked several minimum wage jobs. He needed to make money to live, but all the while he was working at these minimum wage jobs, barely making it financially, he still kept working on his dream. He didn't let lack of money get in his way. For over 5 years, he worked with different musical groups, focusing on his dream. Then he went solo, and today, he tops the charts. Eminem, Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers, whatever name you choose to call him, he didn't let anything get in his way, including lack of financial support. This graduating class cannot let finances get in its way, and you all have a really good start. The 2003 graduating class has, of right now, approximately $1,713,000 in scholarship monies over the next 4 years. You cannot allow your environment to get in your way. I don't care if you are not physically in an area where you can excel at your dream job, or if the environment you are in is one that does not allow a lot of success. You must not let your environment get in your way, just as the next example did not allow her environment to dictate to her what she could accomplish. She was raised by her grandmother on a farm in Mississippi. Then she moved to Milwaukee to live with her mother. She ran away and at the age of 13 was sent to a juvenile detention home. Next, she headed to Nashville to live with her father. She went on to become one of the biggest names in broadcasting. She did not allow her environment to get in her way. She wasn't in New York, Los Angeles, or even Chicago, where hundreds of thousands of hopefuls already are. She was an African-American woman who lived mostly in the South, and today she is world famous. She is Oprah Winfrey, and she did not allow her environment to get in her way. You cannot allow the wishes of your family to get in your way. There was a young lady who was born and raised in Veracruz, Mexico. Her parents sent her to boarding school in Louisiana and later on to Houston. When she was 17, she attended college in Mexico City, and her parents urged her to study international relations, and she did. But her attentions drifted to acting, as it had many times in her past. The idea of an acting career angered her parents, but despite their disapproval, she pursued her acting. Since that time, she's become a well-known Hollywood star and has had leading roles in movies such as Wild Wild West, Dogma, and Desperado. She is Salma Hayek. And she followed her heart, her passion. She stopped following her parents' dreams. Instead, she followed her own. She would have never known the life she has known if she had let her family's aspirations get in the way of what she wanted to do. Now, your families love you, and they want the best for you, but you need to do and follow what is in your heart and do what will make you happy. Now, my parents suggested that I be an accountant. I am horrible at math. If I had followed my parents' suggestion, despite my inadequacies in math, I would not be a happy person, and I wouldn't have found the path I was destined to be on. Don't let their dreams guide you. Dream for yourself. Now, families not only give you their dreams, but they also give you their genetic code. However, not even your genetic code can stand in your way from achieving what you want. We live in a world where radical reconstructive surgery is almost commonplace. You want a smaller nose? You can have it. If everyone in your family has an overbite and your biggest dream is to not have one, that dream can come true with dental work. Your genetic code determines your eye and your hair color. But if you don't like your eye or your hair color, you can change that simply and easily. Many Hollywood stars have altered their body, thereby ignoring their genetic code. They don't let anything stand in their way. Madonna wanted a gap in her front teeth. Her genetics didn't give her one, but she didn't let that stand in her way. And then there's Pamela Anderson. Well, maybe that's not the best example. How about Marilyn Manson? You may not admire him, but you have to admit that he created a persona by altering his appearance. He changed what he was given. He made his image to be what he wanted it to be, and his bank account shows that. He didn't let anything get in his way. Finally, you can't let lack of ability get in your way. No one would be anywhere if we let that happen. There was a young man who suffered from a childhood trauma and developed an incapacitating stutter. He seldom spoke at all, but with the help of a high school teacher and some acting classes, he overcame his lack of ability and went on to become one of the most recognized voices in the United States. He is Darth Vader, Mufasa from The Lion King, and the spokesman for Verizon, among many other speaking endeavors. James Earl Jones did not let his lack of ability get in his way. He worked hard and gained the ability he needed to become what he wanted to be. Now his voice is for sale, and he's cashing in on it. People aren't born with the ability to do things. We are born, and we have to learn everything. We can concentrate on specific things that we would like to be better at, and then we can work hard and practice to become successful in those venues. But great musicians, athletes, actors, artists, they aren't born great. They become great through their practice. Graduates, the only thing that can get in your way is what you let get in your way. So believe in yourself and know that you can overcome any obstacles that may cross your path. Right now, you are all on the same plane in life. You are all blessed with starting your adult life with a clean slate. Your horizons are broad, and your options are plenty. You each have the same opportunities. What you do with those opportunities will determine your future. You are the only thing that can get in your way. You cannot let negative thoughts enter your mind. Those self-doubting thoughts exist only in your head. The people who achieve their dreams have nothing special, no magical powers. They simply believed in themselves, worked hard, were persistent, and put forth a real effort to reach their dreams. They refused to give up, and they refused to let anything get in their way. Ordinary people can do the most extraordinary things. Each and every one of you have the ability to achieve whatever your heart desires. You have to believe in yourself. You can do whatever you choose to do. And you know this, man. Now, before you walk across this stage and before you get that diploma, just answer this one last warm-up question for me. What will you let get in your way? Very good. Remember, the only thing that can get in your way is what you let get in your way. Don't let anything get in your way. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to congratulate Wheaton High School's graduating class of 2003.